When you went through high school, I assume that your high school was reflective of the communities around you.
Yes, there were more white children than there were black.
Ah, okay.
Many more.
Okay.
Many
Many
more.
more. Okay. And when you were in high school, did you have any interest in the performing arts or in literature or
Well, yes,
foreign languages?
I loved. I knew, since it was there at home, I knew I loved poetry. I knew. It's true that I would not remember on occasion that I was black. You know, when I announced suddenly to 3 friends over dinner that tomorrow I'm going to become an actor,
Yes.
mind you, I was already 35 years old.
Yes.
It's 1956.
Ah.
And one of them said, that would be Josephine. She said, "You're not a kid, you know."
Josephine Premise.
Premise.
Yes.
Susan Fonda, who was then married to Henry Fonda,
Yes.
Susan said, "You don't even know you're black," which really meant you don't know how tough it's going to be. And Lantine said, "They'll have you bearing torches."
Sounds like loyalty price.
They'll have you bearing torches. So, in high school, I knew that I was going to go out for this play, and I forget, Roscoe, you're black and you're up south and you're not going to get it. I knew that I had some difficulty with only 2 or 3 of students. I may have been altogether objectionable, but I knew that their difficulty with me was that I had better grades in French than they did. And 2 of them had French nannies. And they didn't like that at all.
Yes.
And one of them, who really liked me, we were really good friends, but I knew that he was just furious that, after all, I'm a French nanny, I've been to France 4 times.
Yes.
And Roscoe has a higher grade.
Yes.
And I looked at him when the teacher said it. Mademoiselle, we called her Mademoiselle Boulanger. Her name was really Miss Baker. I mean, Baker was really her name. But we used to kid her and say it in French, Boulanger. And Miss Baker says, "No, the highest grade here is Roscoe Lee again." And he turned. He beat red. And he was fuming. Now, mind you, I have to remember, we were both 12. And he said, you. I said, "Pete?" He says, you black spasm." And I went, and laughed. And he looked at me and I went like that again. I gave a spasm. He laughed and reaching for me. And I said, "It's too late now." He's reaching for me to say, "I'm sorry." But mind you, he didn't know what to say, and he wasn't going to say nigger. He just said, you black spasm. And because I was attuned to words, often misreading them, often misinterpreting them, but always hearing them, I knew what a spasm was. It was...
No, that's the first time I've heard that term.
I've never heard it ever said before.
Or says.
You black spasm.